In today's dynamic global economy, true leadership is measured by the ability to navigate complexity and drive transformative growth across cultures and sectors. Visionaries who blend financial acumen with strategic foresight serve as the linchpins of sustainable success. Alok Bajpai exemplifies this blend, leading with deep experience across continents and industries. His journey from operational roles in seafood exports to spearheading finance and growth at NTT Global Data Centers highlights a uniquely holistic approach to leadership, making him a powerful voice on strategy, finance, and global expansion that we'll see in our next episode of C-Suite Conversations. Marksman Daily presents C-Suite Conversations. Hello viewers, thank you for joining us for today's episode of C-Suite Conversations, and we have a special treat for you where we have with us Mr. Alok Bajpai. So without further ado, let's dive into conversation with him. So Mr. Bajpai, let's get right into it. You've had a diverse set of experiences across continents, across sectors. How do you draw from all of these when you're leading the company or for yourself?
Yeah, I think that's a good start, Karan. Thank you for having me here. As you rightly said, I have lived and worked across continents. I started my career from India, of course, in Delhi. And then I went to Africa. I was in Nigeria for 5 years.
Correct.
And then I was in Canada for 5 years, then came back to India about 20 years ago, and varied industries. So I started with like IT hardware in India. Then I went to fisheries in Nigeria, then another fisheries company in Canada, and now back to IT and data centers now in India. So I think this varied experiences, and I think I have traveled more than 50 countries. So I think that has really made me a very well-rounded person, both personally and professionally. How it has helped me in my leadership thing, of course, is the same thing as I said. It has given me a perspective which is extremely well-rounded. I understand people, I understand the cultures, and I think every business is all about people, end of the day. So it's very important that we understand the people that we are working with, whether it is within the company, the clients outside, or the vendors. So I think this experience and exposure has helped me to understand that much better. I listen to the people. That's very important again. Anything you want, first you listen to people and understand what they want, where are they coming from, and then only you will be able to provide them what they need actually. Whether it's your employee or your vendor or your client, as I said. So I think that really helps.
I'm so glad you touched upon those varied experiences of yours. But through it all, a common thread I saw was the turnaround that you managed to script. So what's your secret sauce for turning all of these challenges into opportunities? What kind of mindset do you take for that?
Yeah, so again, a very interesting point, because I think again it depends on the perspective on how you look at these problems, and whether you are willing to just delve into the problem or you want to avoid the problem. And you're talking about a company which was actually a negative EBITDA company, which we turned around, and there was another company that was kind of growing at about 30-40% under me. So I think all these things happened because I never took it as a big problem or a challenge. I just took it as an opportunity,
Right.
because that's the only way. And I left a very large IT services company to join a company which was loss making, and which was NASDAQ listed, and it was like kind of thrown out of the NASDAQ. And I said, this is an opportunity for me. I didn't see it as a problem. And that exactly was the reason that I was able to turn it around. And obviously it was one of the most beautiful journeys. A simple reason, the way we did it was that you look at the problem more holistically. You always understand that there is always a solution to a problem. There cannot be a problem without a solution. So you have to go with the mindset that, there is a solution. Where is that solution? You look at it holistically, find out exactly what is at stake, what are the background players in it, who is getting impacted, who is not getting impacted. And on that basis, you zoom in again, and then you say, okay, let's do plan A and plan B. Always, I believe in always in plan A and plan B, because in life, in professional life or personal life, you can't stick to one plan. Because things are not always in your hands. So always have a plan B. And you always come with two solutions, not with one solution. And one of the solutions will work.
You touched upon all these qualities, Mr. Bajpai, but when it comes to building your own team, your own hires, what are the kind of traits that you think are most important that you look for a lot?
Yeah, so I think, as I said in the beginning, the most important critical element in any business is people. I am a very people's person that way. So I think when you're looking for hiring people, my teams that I have been able to build, and I'm always, kind of, God bless me with very good team, or maybe I build those team the way I wanted them. But the team members should be, again, there are a couple of characters that you would definitely want to, look at your hires and your team members. One is, I think, integrity of character. Now, you may say that integrity of character, how do you know in one interview of half an hour? But I think maybe there is something intuitive that you can do, and you can try to understand a person, whether a person has that depth and integrity of character. Then I think the second important thing is learning capacity. A person is, willing to learn, curious to learn, and to adapt, because that's very important. Everybody knows that change is the only constant. How can a person be adaptable to that kind of an environment? And I think the third thing, which I personally, since that's the way I am built, I want from my team members, is the confidence in themselves. A lot of time, as I said in the beginning, when I go into a problem or a challenge, I take it as an opportunity rather than a challenge. Which basically means that you have to be very optimistic about everything. You have to be very confident about yourself and the outcome. And once you have that, a lot of people say that a sick person, if you are confident that you will get well, you will get well. And if you give up, then you give up. Then you are done. So I think that is another character that you need in your team, that they have to have that confidence that they will be able to do whatever is asked of them to do. Yeah.
Very true. It's all about the most important 6 inches, like they keep on saying.
Yeah. So, a very interesting thing here I would want to say is that you can Google what are the leadership qualities. Yeah. It's very simple. Everybody can do that. But even after that, how many people do you find with all those characters? Very few. Because really implementing them in your daily life is not what people do. They just read. But you have to implement this and just pick up 3 and 4 of them. You don't need all of them.
Of course.
Yeah. As simple as that. Yeah.
So, to round things off, Mr. Bajpai, was there any piece of advice given to you as a young professional that perhaps really helped you throughout the course of your career, something you could perhaps pass on to our viewers?
Yeah, so I think I have lived by something like, the mentor, one of the mentors has told me, and I respect him even now, is that you have to be different. You have to be different, and you have to bring a value to the table which is beyond your pay grade. Yeah, so a lot of people, and my team members come to me at times, and obviously they say, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do, and if they are doing something extra than that, then they say, oh, this is not, then my salary should be higher or something like that. It doesn't make sense. You should always first bring the value to the table, which is beyond your salary. You're getting your salary any which way, you're supposed to do that. But then what are you doing extra? Can you go 1 mile extra? And that's exactly what I think I try to do. I'm not looking at, is anybody watching me? Is there a reward coming for what I'm doing? I think it will finally come to you. You have to just keep your eyes closed and do what satisfies you and brings additional value to your company and to your colleagues and to your, ecosystem. And then you will grow. Automatically you will grow.
So true when you say that, Mr. Bajpai, that, don't chase the rewards. They'll find their way back to you eventually.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
Mr. Bajpai, thank you so much for being part of this episode of C-Suite Conversations. It was truly pleasurable talking to you.
Lovely talking to you, Karan. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Alok Bajpai's secret sauce for success clearly has 3 ingredients to it. The first being a global mindset, the second being sharp financial acumen, and the third, and perhaps most important of all, an emphasis on the power of people. That, in a fast-moving age, is clearly the secret ingredient that helps us all succeed. Thank you for watching this episode of C-Suite Conversations. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.